Quantum Sounds Production.
Let's see those juice boxes, y'all.
What up, sound?
If you're on the show, go ahead and hit that plus sign. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We're here to have candid discussions and cut through those stigmas to show that in the end, we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on Instagram, or excuse me, you can find us on YouTube by clicking that link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about standards versus preference, but this week we're going to discuss the topics, the ingredients to a healthy relationship. We have an all-star cast. We have my beautiful co-host, Mr. Strawberry, and this week's special guest, Green Eyes and King Teflon. But let's find out how the panel feels about healthy relationships. But before we get started, all that I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. First things first, I'm going to let you guys in the box, and then we will get started. Well, if we have a gentleman in the house who would like to get in the box, you guys can also jump in the box. Do not be afraid, because I think we're going to need you. So, if anyone wants to jump in the box to be a part of the show, you guys can do that too. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Of course, I would say ladies first, but our gentleman is not here yet. So go ahead, Green Eyes, and introduce yourself, and then we'll move on to Mr. Strawberry. Like I said, if anyone wants to jump in the box, go ahead and hit that plus sign now.
Well, first of all, my name is Green Eyes. I don't know. What else?
What you got going on the app?
What I got going? Well, I haven't been on the app like that, but I'm gonna be starting something new. Thank you. Starting to do my own little shows. Read a book it's a book called The Secret. Which I'm gonna start next week.
Showtime.
So we'll see how it goes. This will be something new. We'll try it out, see how it goes in my stream.
Okay. Nice.
Other than that, that's pretty much it.
I said it's showtime.
Well, I'm the lovely co-host.
Right now.
I'm Mr. Strawberry. You can always catch me here Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time. You can catch me Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time for the show Her here in Jen and Juice's live. Yeah. I stream here and there in the mornings. Catch me if you can, basically. And I am thinking of maybe bringing some of my old shows back. So that good stuff. Maybe.
Okay. I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. If you don't catch me in here, you can catch me on Wednesdays for Her, which is my co-host, Mrs. Strawberry, and Vicky Secret, who is on a hiatus, but we love her. We have the newest Her member, Miss Bailey, who just arrived last week. So shout out to Vicky Secrets. And then I have another show popping off December 6th. That is Jen Got the Hookup. It is a dating show where I will be hosting, and hopefully y'all will get to find love out there. So yeah, make sure y'all hit me with a favorite. Make sure you hit my beautiful co-host and my special guest also with a favorite. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, Lord.
The first Again, if anybody want to get in the box, you're more than welcome to. Any man, male, female, whoever
you guys can get in the box. I'm scared. Don't be scared. It's just questions.
We don't bite.
So the first ingredient is communication clarity. Open and honest communication is vital for nurturing healthy relationships, serving as the bedrock for trust, understanding, and emotional intimacy. When partners express their thoughts and feelings transparently, it fosters a safe environment where both individuals can communicate effectively and address misunderstandings promptly. This fundamental aspect not only strengthens bonds, but also helps navigate conflicts and supports mutual growth. To enhance their communication skills, couples can adopt practical strategies that encourage openness, active listening, and empathy, paving the way for deeper connections and a more resilient partnership. So that first question is,
how can open and honest communication serve as a foundation for a healthy relationship? And what is practical tips can couples implement to improve their communication skills? Sorry. Oh, show me over.
Yeah, looking at me.
Oh, you're the guest.
I told you I'm not good with this.
It's okay. You can take your time.
As with healthy relationships, communication is always key. To me, communication is important to me. A healthy relationship, I would just say just stay true to yourselves, pretty much. Always be there for each other, I guess.
Okay. I think one of the key points is men need to listen more and not just shut things down because of emotions. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like she said, communication is key, and to be honest and open with your partner is also key as well. I feel like for me, it's always good to have those check-ins, whether it's like every 3 months or like set those boundaries. Like let's check in, make sure we're on the same page, make sure, you know, all our P's and Q's and everything is good. I feel like sometimes people tend not to have that communication and those check-ins, and so they hold on to things instead of like, talking about it when they're feeling it. So
how can open and honest communication serve as the foundation for a healthy relationship? Oh, here we go. King Teflon. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Teffy, and then I'll let you answer the question.
How you doing? My name is King Teflon. I've been on the app for a little bit, and sorry I'm late.
It's okay. It happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
So that first question is, how can open and honest communication serve as the foundation for a healthy relationship, and what practical tips can couples implement to improve their communication skills?
Well, first of all, is being friends. Remembering that they basing this off of friendship and as well as relationship, and like they were saying before, like these communication check-ins, have them regular, checking what's going in, what's sitting on the heart.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that open and honest communication can serve as the foundation, because as long as you have open communication, right, you're having conversation, in the foreground and the background. And what I mean by that is not just, obviously in front of people. If you're straight, you're not going to want to emasculate your man in front of people. But if you get something wrong, I'm going to help you get it right in the background. I'm not going to ever emasculate you, embarrass you, or anything like of that sort. But we're going to still talk about it. And like he said, be friends. So remember that we're attacking the problem and not each other. So say that there's a problem. It doesn't mean communication is always for negative things either. Also do check-ins to make sure that you're on the same basis, that you're at the same, place, because often couples, because they have lack of communication, the end of the relationship could be like, well, we were in different places. Well, as long as we're on the same page and we both have the open communication, we can always stay on the same page of where we're going. I think that it's even detriment to even have like weekly check-ins. I don't care if you say it's 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. As long as we have a time set aside, whenever it is, it could be right before bed or however you want to do it, but have a time set aside that you have those time for communication. And for me, something that I've done in relationships too is not always saying the word I love you, but do you feel loved by me? I mean, I want to know, do you actually feel loved by me? Do you feel the love from me? And have those kind of communications things set aside too. Some practical tips, like I said, set a time aside to be able to talk about those things. It might sound goofy, like, yeah, well, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. we have a talk. Well, sometimes you got to know, one of you works or both of you work, or you have other things going on outside of the relationship. So if you would know that you're skimped for time, you set a time aside that is practical for both of you. I have a question. When should discretion be used in communication? I don't feel like there should be any discretion between a relationship communication. I feel like as long as you two are on the same page, but discretion as far as in front of other people, very much so, because you don't want anyone to feel emasculated or put down by their partner in front of anyone, because I feel like that's not fair. So, but does anybody else have anything else to say? No? Y'all are just pulling up. That's okay. We have so much more to come, y'all. You guys can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed how can open, honest communication serve as a foundation for healthy relationships, and what practical tips can couples implement. But now I want to dig a little bit deeper. That second ingredient is trust building. Trust is a fundamental component of any healthy relationship, acting as the foundation upon which connections are built. It shapes the dynamics of interaction, communication, and understanding between individuals. However, Trust can be fragile and may be challenged or broken due to various circumstances. When this occurs, it becomes essential to explore both ways trust is expressed in relationships and the strategies that can facilitate this restoration. Understanding these aspects can help in navigating the complexities of human connections and fostering a more resilient bond. So the next question is,
in what ways does trust manifest in relationships? And what are some effective strategies for rebuilding trust after it has been broken?
I mean, to be honest, once trust is broken, it's kind of hard to gain that trust back. Honestly, to me, once you break that trust, I don't think I could really forgive you. Like if it's something that bad, I don't think I could. But if it's something that could be fixed, I mean, then I would try to fix it.
mm-hmm. For sure. What do you think, Tiffany?
Once trust is broken?
That says, in what ways does trust manifest in relationships? So, like, in what way, like, okay, so I know that if, well, first of all, if trust has been broken, what is a way for you to rebuild that trust if it's been broken? Or, I guess, to avoid even trust being broken? First of all, be a good human, just make sure that you're always a loyal, trustful, honest, trustworthy person. If it can be underlying issue why the trust was broken. Correct. I like that.
Yeah. And being open to in communication to talk about it, is the key for it.
I think a lot of times that we put things under the rug when it's a hard conversation to have. And I think that's, that first ingredient, communication, will go a long way. What do you think, Mr.?
Yeah, you definitely need to have those hard conversations, because if you're not having those conversations, no matter how uncomfortable they are, nothing's going to get resolved. You're going to keep pushing things under. It's not going to work. Like Rena said, it depends on how the trust was broken and whether or not you're willing to, come together and whether it's going to therapy or really trying to work it through as a team together. Because, again, depending on how the trust was broken, it's a team effort. How I'm going to try to forgive you if you're not going to change, or if we're not going to get through this together. It's not just one side. It's not a one-sided thing.
So, trust can manifest in a relationship in many ways. Dependability, being there for your partner when they need you. Open communication, being honest with your partner, sharing your feelings. Also using eye contact. Respect, treating your partner well, listening to their needs and respecting their boundaries. Vulnerability, being open and honest with your partner and expressing your feelings. Mutual understanding, navigating the challenges together and working towards a shared goal. Commitment, being committed to the relationship and choosing your partner. Emotional support, showing consideration and care for your partner, and then trusting each other. That means trusting your partner knows what that is best for both of you and themselves. Some ways to build trust in a relationship: being reliable, listening to your partner, showing empathy, giving the benefit of a doubt, and setting boundaries. Boundaries are huge in trust. Because if those boundaries are crossed, that's when the trust has been crossed. So ways to rebuild trust. Honestly, for me, love is a verb, right? It's an action word. So your disrespect your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect. If you've done something that isn't right, then you need to be making up for it. And that doesn't mean I'm going to beat you down, beat you like a dead horse. But that means you need to be showing, first of all, that you're really, truly sorry. Not just say, oh, I'm sorry, and then put it, sweep it under the rug. Because sweeping under the rug is just going to make that dirt pile under the rug. And now you're going to see it, right?
Yeah.
You keep sweeping stuff under that rug, you're going to see that lump under the rug, and it's not good, right? Eventually, one of y'all is going to trip over, and it's going to not be good. It's going to be catastrophic. So you got to make sure that you actually, talk about the elephant in the room. Have open and honest conversations. And say, whatever it is that you show, kind of like showing your work, like a math homework. Show your work. Show me how I can trust you again. Because once that's broken, it's like a circle, right? And it's like when you bend your ring, right? You ever bent your ring before, like a gold ring? And even though you try to reshape it, it's just never quite perfect again. And that's kind of what it's like when you break trust in your relationship. Once that trust is broken, it's never going to go back to the same. Because a lot of times people hold resentments and things of that sort. So, just to make sure that, like I said, you have that action behind whatever that sorry is. Don't just say you're sorry. Show me you're sorry. Like I said, it depends on what it is. Because some things, you just stay over there. Also understand the baggage in the past that you bring into a relationship. Oh, of course. Of course. But we are at my favorite time of the night. Oh, don't get scared. I just seen it in her eyes. When you hear that sounds, that means we are at our hot seat question segment. Our hot seat question is left up to the fate of the audience. Yes, it is.
Go over there, please. Go over there, please.
I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question. If you want your question to be featured on next week's episode, make sure that you go to my profile, click that icon, and follow me on Instagram to look out for that hot seat question post. Now is the time I want you to enter in the comments who on the panel you want to answer tonight's question before I reveal it. Go ahead and enter in the comments now. Not everybody at once now, geez.
I'm just gonna put that there.
I think it's time for me to go.
Oh, look, now he'll type it too.
He's like, wait a minute.
Oh, we got a king. Okay. Oh, we got another green. That's diabolical. Okay, y'all in the audience, I need y'all to pay attention, okay? I know, don't just come in and throw rows and not participate, okay? But I guess we have a unanimous decision of green eyes. I'm sorry. I see the fear in your eyes, but that is okay. We are here to help navigate it for you, okay?
All right.
So this week, Anonymous came and wrote in and asked, imagine you're on a game show, and the host just asked you to reveal the single most important ingredient for a healthy relationship. But here's the twist. You cannot choose love, trust, or communication. What would you say, and why do you believe this ingredient is crucial for maintaining a thriving partnership?
On the spot. I love this. Oh. And you said I can't use what?
Love, trust, or communication.
That's a good one.
A healthy ingredient, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sleep.
I can't use any of those.
Time.
You said sleep, Jen, something that you barely get.
Time. Like give each other, you gotta give time. You gotta interject the ingredients of time.
What you think? What'd she say?
Spend time together.
Time.
You gotta spend time together in order to get to know each other.
Time, commitment.
Quality time.
You know what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna just answer. Forgiveness. I think relationships take a lot of forgiveness, a lot of give and take, a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, give and take. There's still a word I can't really quite say right now. I don't know why it's like losing me. But give and take, like, if I do for you, you do for me. It's like a weight, right? It's not just all one-sided. Even when one of us messes up, we still have to work together as a unit to fix whatever it is. Because you can't. Have you ever seen someone trying to carry a couch up the stairs by themselves? It's not going to work. So you need two people, both of your counterparts. Compromise. That was the word I was looking for. Compromise. Compromise is huge in a relationship. Because you might not like this, but because I love you, I'm going to do that because I love you. So I think compromise is huge, and forgiveness. Forgiveness is huge. You're going to have to forgive each other a lot. And I'm not saying for huge things. I'm not saying if someone cheats or, does whatever that, that's always the case. But I think forgiveness is huge because we're all imperfect beings. We're two people from two different backgrounds trying to come together to make a one unit. So I guess that's my answer. Y'all have anything else to say?
I guess my answer would be setting boundaries and patience.
Patience and boundaries.
Because sometimes you need a lot of patience in some of these relationships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think that's my issue is patience.
Patience. Oh, and
that's
it
my
can
issue.
be.
I don't have a lot of patience sometimes.
Especially if we've been in a bad relationship before. Patience can be something that's very thin with your next partner. Like he said, I think it was Maud. I had said something about emotional baggage from your past relationship. You have to make sure that you're not treating that person like they are your last partner. Everybody you have to look at as a new face and not put, hold them accountable for their past relationships, wrongdoings. This is a new person. So I definitely agree with that too. But if y'all are just pulling up, you're late. I was going to say that's okay, but you're late. Okay, we're halfway through the show. You know what I'm saying? But we still have a little bit more to discuss, y'all. You guys can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Red Room Talk. But we just talked about how can open and honest communication serve as the foundation for a healthy relationship and what ways does trust manifest in relationships. But now I want to talk about respect. The third ingredient, mutual respect. Mutual respect is a fundamental pillar of any healthy relationship, serving as the foundation for effective communication and understanding. In everyday interactions, it manifests through attentiveness, consideration, and recognition of each other's partners' each partner's individuality. By valuing each other's perspectives, thoughts, and feelings, partners can cultivate an environment that fosters trust and support. Ensuring that boundaries and differences are honored requires ongoing commitment, open dialogue, and willingness to adapt as both partners navigate their unique dynamics. So the next question is,
how does mutual respect look in day-to-day interactions? And how can partners ensure they're consistently honoring each other's boundaries and differences?
I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Go. You need to go sit in your bed. You cannot come upstairs right now. Go sit down, please. Sorry.
It's okay. So how does mutual respect look in day-to-day interactions? How can partners ensure they're consistently honoring each other's boundaries and differences?
He kind of took what I was going to say, too. Because I heard the question the first time. He kind of took what I was going to say.
Asking and valuing each other's opinion and not leaving things one-sided, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes both ways.
What do you think, Teffy?
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything different. I mean, even the check-ins is what helps do that, establish that as well. Like, so we covered that.
What do you think, Mistress?
Like you said, the check-ins, the communication. Even when you feel like you might have crossed a boundary, communicate that. Or if you feel like your partner has crossed the boundary, communicate that as well. Also, be vocal about your boundaries. Like, sometimes you have to remind people. They're not gonna you can say, okay, my boundary is X, Y, and Z. And then you think that one time just saying it it's gonna stick with them. Sometimes you have to communicate and remind what your differences and your boundaries are. Sometimes. Now, I'm not saying constantly say it all the time, and it's been like 6, 7, 8 months, a year down the line, you have to repeat yourself. Then I feel like a little bit of an issue. But some little constant reminders, because sometimes people forget. We be so much in our heads about our own stuff that we forget about other people around us.
For sure. So mutual respect in day-to-day interaction looks like active listening, not just listening to respond, but active listening, valuing their opinions, acknowledging their feelings, respecting their personal boundaries, communicating openly and honestly, and adapting their differences while still expressing your own needs. Partners can consistently honor each other's boundaries and differences by clearly communicating their needs, actively seeking understanding, not just listening to respond, like I said, listen to understand, and being empathetic towards each other's perspectives. So key aspects of mutual respect in daily interactions are active listening, paying full attention to what your partner's saying, positive language, using kind words, avoiding insults or put downs, and speaking respectfully when disagreeing, validating of feelings, acknowledging and accepting your partner's emotions as legitimate even if you don't share the same perspective, honoring those boundaries, respecting your partner's personal space, needs for privacy, and limits on what they are comfortable discussing. Empathy, trying to see things from your partner's point of view and understanding the perspective. Open communication, we've been talking about that throughout the show. Compromise, finding solutions that work for both partners, especially in disagreements. Supporting each other's goals. Ask clarifying questions. If you're unsure about something, ask them. It's okay to ask another question, a follow-up question. Now, of course, wait until they're done talking and finishing their point to do that, so you're not overspeaking them. Check in regularly. But accept that there's differences and apologize when it's necessary. It's okay to be sorry. And I'm not saying, and express why you're sorry. Don't just say, I'm sorry. No, express why you're sorry and then have instant action onto whatever the problem is. That is how you can ensure that you're consistently honoring each other's boundaries and differences. Anything else y'all want to add? No? It's a tough crowd tonight, Lord. If y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You guys can find us every Saturday right here on the Red Room Talk at 10 p.m. Eastern. You have not missed it all. Holy junk. How can open and honest communication serve as a foundation for a healthy relationship? We talked about in what ways does trust manifest? How does mutual respect look in day-to-day interactions? And how can you ensure that they're consistently honoring each other's boundaries and differences? But now let's talk about time. That fourth ingredient is quality time. In today's fast-paced world, maintaining a healthy relationship can often be challenged with busy schedules and competing priorities. Quality time spent together serves as the foundation for deeper connection, understanding, and lasting intimacy between partners. It allows couples to nurture their bond, communicate openly, and create shared experiences that foster growth and resilience in their relationship. By prioritizing moments of togetherness, couples can reinforce their partnership even amidst the demands of daily life. This raises the question. Go ahead.
Why is spending quality time together important for relationship health? And what are some creative ideas couple can use to strengthen their bond in their busy lifestyle or in a busy lifestyle?
I'm going to go to Teffy first before anyone else says anything.
Like I said before, you got to be friends, and so you have fun. Schedule fun time together. And schedule it strategically too, based off of what we're receptive to on both sides. Set dates, do stuff.
I mean, just things that you like to do to get together, like movies or hiking or something, just to get to know each other more.
For sure.
And it's also helpful to be like interested in something, you know. Um, it might be a certain book series or movie that you guys pay attention to together. Follow the series, like say Marvel, you know, and then you go through all the different Marvel movies, and then y'all together talk about, oh, this one did this one, and then that one did that, and this, you know, that's working. That's quality time and stuff.
For sure. For sure. What do you think, mistress?
It goes kind of back for like from last week how we said like interest. When you have interest with people, and sometimes that can also bring you to like the thing that you both enjoy, but also like learn about your partner and what they might like, and try to. It might not be something you like 100%, but if your partner wants to go hiking, try it and see if you like it. Do those bonding exercises together. Because I feel like what people fail to realize is quality time is important, but if you're not really, I'm not talking about quality time, we sitting here on our phones, texting and scrolling, and you sit on one side of the couch and I'm sitting on the other. Like really invest in your partner and really do things together and be out there. And I'm just gonna throw it in there, like even as a parent, me as a parent, like we tend to really be about our children and dive into that so deep that we forget about our partners and we forget about ourselves. You have to, when you have children in the mix as well within all that, it's like you have to redate your partner as the years go on and really learn each other and see where you guys are at that point in life. Because everybody's ever changing. We're always growing.
So, spending quality time together is crucial for a healthy relationship because it fosters deeper emotional connection, strengthens communication, it builds trust, and creates shared experience that solidify the bond between the partners. Even in busy lifestyles, creative ideas include dedicated date nights, which Teffy mentioned, trying new hobbies together. Like, it's not always got to be something that you just like, let's go try something new. I'm one for I'm a very, I like to just try new things. I used to flip a coin, even by myself. I would flip a coin and go take a drive by myself. Okay, well, I'm going to turn left. If I flip a coin, if it hit heads, I'm going to turn left. If it flips tails, I'm going to turn right. And I would just go get lost and find places, let's try something new. Because I think even trying something new, even if you're bad at it, it can be a story for later on down the, in your relationship. Like, man, remember when we tried ice skating and you kept falling and, just funny things like that. Incorporating mindful moments into daily routines. Like, it could even be, leaving a note before your partner walks through the door. Like, hey, here's a squirt gun. Like, let's let's have a squirt gun war, whatever it is that, make it fun. Don't be, and I think because relationships can get really mundane. I don't know if you've ever heard of in relationships, like the 3-year itch, where people get kind of almost bored with their relationship because you've done everything. You've talked about mostly everything, but relationships to me are like school, right? When you first get together, you're in pre-K. And as time goes on, now you're in kindergarten. The more you learn about your partner, as long as you're always willing to learn about your partner, you'll never be bored. And because we are ever growing, there's always something to learn. Whether you see how they are, playing a video game and they're cussing at the video game, and and if ladies, listen, quit yelling at your man about the video game. Get in there and shoot him too.
Right. Get that controller and start playing.
That man could be out here with hoes and he playing that video game instead. You know what I'm saying? Make that a part of your bond. And even, I'm going to tell you, as someone who's done this before, make it a part of your argument too. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I can shoot you and not go to jail. Okay, I'm going to shoot you in this game. I'm going to call you really bad names, but I still love you at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Make it fun. I think people get so stuck into the mundane things and don't, do, whatever is outside the norm of what they think. But it's detrimental to date your partner always. It is detrimental. Stay dating your partner, whether you have kids, whatever it is, keep dating your partner. I don't care how long it is, how long you're together. I'm going to tell you, that is something I think when you stop dating your partner, that's when you get bored because I'm just sitting here every single day looking at the same mother trucker, sitting here looking at the wall, So keep it exciting. I'm very like a fly by the seat of my pants girl. I don't care if I have to write a riddle and you have to find me to meet me to kiss me, whatever it is. I want to have fun with you, laugh, make memories, make funny moments. I don't care if I have to embarrass myself because I done came out in a onesie pajamas with the butt flap open. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I would do it too.
just go get your butt flap pajamas at this point.
Right, I'm getting them. Okay,
Listen,
listen. That next man, I'm getting these butt flap pajamas. I've been talking about them for 2 years. God damn it.
Where they sell that at Spencer's?
Somewhere, but we gonna figure it out. Okay, so listen, that's mutually beneficial. Okay, especially if you. But plan many adventures. Actively engage with each other without distractions like phones. That's something that's huge. Getting off that phone, put it down. It's okay because whatever is on that phone is gonna be there when you guys are done, and that is something that's detrimental because. Or if you're gonna be on the phone, let's watch reels together and laugh. That's something that could even be a fun activity. But quality time matters because emotional intimacy, communication, it can improve your communication. It builds trust and security. You share memory and experiences. But have regular date nights, try hobbies, outdoor adventures, whatever it is. But definitely tech-free time is something that's huge, I think, especially for this day and age. It has to be so. Get off your phone. Put it away.
Right, because everybody nowadays be on their phone way too much.
I think that's something that's huge. A lot of people be just sitting there scrolling, and you're not even paying attention to me. And especially if you're having one of those talks, that has to be something that's implemented from the very beginning. Let's both put our phones down before we start talking because you're going to be distracted and then you're not going to hear what I'm saying. But if y'all are just pulling up,
it's not okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay. Okay. But you guys can find me every Saturday, right here on the Red Room Talk. If you did miss any part of it, we just discussed how can open and honest communication serve as the foundation for a healthy relationship. What practical tips can couples implement to improve their communication? In what ways does trust manifest in the relationship? How does mutual respect look in day-to-day interactions? And how can partners consistently honor each other's boundaries and differences? And then how does spending quality time together, or why is that important for your relationship health? But the fifth ingredient and the final ingredient is conflict resolution. This is huge. Conflict is an inevitable aspect of any relationship, particularly among couples, where differing perspectives, emotions can lead to disagreements. However, navigating these disputes constructively is crucial for fostering a healthy partnership. By adopting effective communication strategies and viewing conflict as important for growth, couples can not only resolve their differences but also strengthen their bond. Understanding underlying cause of disagreements and approaching them with empathy and openness can transform challenging moments into valuable learning experiences, promoting mutual respect and deeper connection. So that final question is,
what are some key approaches to resolve conflict in a constructive manner, and how can couples turn arguments into opportunities for growth rather than sources of resentment? Don't she look amazing? Let her know.
It's the same thing, just like in communication. When can't always think like you're always right. I mean, like you guys said earlier, let the person finish talking. Don't talk over them. Because that brings conflict, and you guys start arguing because you're not letting that person finish talking and explain what they're feeling or what's going on through their mind. That brings conflict. So.
Emotional intelligence. Yep.
I like to look at things first in the objective mindset, and then after that, I break it down into subjective and how it applies. So I take the consideration from logic into emotion, and then from there, addressing it from there, making it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of the same way. I don't know if it's an Aquarius thing because I'll sit back and I'll really like break everything down because, you know, within my healing journey, before I think I was really hot headed. I was so quick to like just talk and just say what I gotta say and let my emotions, rule the situation. But as I'm getting older, I sit back before I want to speak. Like it could be somebody and they could argue with me, and I'll just stay quiet and I'll just analyze everything. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna say what I have to say, but I'm not gonna be yelling, and I'm not gonna sit there and try to one up them because they said this or whatever. Because sometimes you need to take those moments and really analyze. Because in those arguments, we don't know what they're going through or what's their mindset, or if they're like not saying because you're going through something you could treat me that way, but I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the moments that you sit there and be like, so are you arguing? You're mad because you said this, and the third. Well, are we gonna sit down and talk about it, or do you want me to give you a moment so you can take a moment for yourself, and then we can sit and talk about it? And this is where it comes to play, like those conversations, whether they're uncomfortable or not, they need to be had.
So to resolve conflicts constructively, couples should prioritize open communication, active listening, empathy, and willingness to compromise. Focusing on understanding each other's perspectives and working collaboratively to find solutions that address both needs, turning arguments into opportunities to learn and grow rather than festering resentment. Key approaches include empathetic listening. That means truly listening to your partner's perspective without interrupting, validating their feelings, and trying to see the things from their point of view. Focus on the issue, not the person. That means avoid personal attacks, blame shifting, instead addressing the specific behaviors or concerns that led to the conflict. I statements. Clearly express your own needs and feelings using I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. Open communication. Be honest and transparent about your thoughts and feelings, even if they are difficult to express. There we go. Next one. Take breaks when needed. If emotions are running high, take a short break to cool down before continuing the conversation. Identify underlying needs. Explore the deeper reasons behind your partner's stance to address the root cause of the conflict. Work together to find a solution that meets both of your needs, even if it means making concessions. Acknowledge and appreciate. It means recognize your partner's efforts to resolve the conflict and express appreciation for their perspectives. Apologize also when necessary. But how to turn arguments into opportunities for growth. Reflect on the conflict. Identify the personal growth areas. That means do use disagreements as a chance to identify areas where you can work on self-improvement also. Active listening or managing anger. For me, that was something I've had to work on. Instead of just popping off when someone says something I don't like, to take a minute. Okay, if I have to take 10 seconds, even if I have to count to 10. Because it doesn't always feel good to hear when you've done something wrong. It doesn't feel good. It makes you feel bad if you've done something wrong, especially. But I'm not one of those people that has a hard time apologizing. I feel like, for me, it just means I'm imperfect, and we all are. You know what I mean? I don't feel like, conflicts can be like a boxing match. You have to go your separate corners. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. Time out. Okay, time out. Hold on. We hitting below the belt, y'all. This is not time to attack each other. We're trying to fix the problem and come to a solution, not fix each other, because, a lot of people get into that nitpicking and such things like that. I've dealt with that before. But you just really have to, and if you have to, seek professional help. If you're struggling to resolve your conflicts, go to couples therapy. There's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people look at that as like a failure or like they've done something wrong. But consider couples therapy to develop healthier communication patterns if you have to. But these are all things that can help foster, resolving conflicts in a healthy manner. But y'all,
it may not work for everybody, but if you really want it to work out, you should try it out.
And that's why I said earlier, like, you know, it's like taking a couch up the stairs by yourself. It's not very easy, is it? But if you have two people working together for the greater good of the relationship to get that couch up the stairs, figuratively speaking, you know, it makes it a lot easier when you have two people. You know, when you have one-sided things, it's going to be harder.
Definitely.
But y'all,
and like you said earlier, you said that sometimes they'll just say, you know what, you're right, just to shut you up.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Or,
Yeah, don't do
I'm
that.
sorry.
You know what?
know.
Cool. You're
Yeah,
you're
right. You're right. All right, we're done with this conversation. No,
and if
we're
you
not
have
done
to,
with this
like, you know what,
conversation.
I'm not ready to have this conversation right at this moment because I'm not in a good place. Like, can we just take a breather and just, can we come back to it? But we are going to have this conversation, but I'm just not right to do so at this moment. So can we come back to it when I'm ready? And that doesn't mean to take forever because you can't brush it under the rug either.
Right.
But yeah. Y'all, this has been the Red Room Talk. You guys can find us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every show we do come to a place of healing with a quote for every show. So this week's quote is, "A healthy relationship is built on the foundation of trust, nurtured by open communication, and flourished through mutual respect. It thrives in the soil of understanding where vulnerability is embraced and empathy reigns supreme. When each partner cultivates their own individual growth, the bond becomes a sanctuary where the love deepens and resilience strengthens through life's inevitable storms." I appreciate each and every one of y'all who showed up tonight. All of y'all in the comments, all the beautiful people on the panel. Make sure you hit them all with a favorito, like a burrito, not now, but right now. And this is the time when you guys give your outros. Let us know what you do on the app or off the app, whatever tickles your fancy. But just let us know what you got going on, and yeah.
Well, I don't have anything going on as far as any shows or events and stuff as of yet, but I have started drawing again, so you can check in. I do static lives, and I'm drawing, you know, whatever I'm drawing for the day. Yeah.
Phenomenal artist. Y'all should definitely tap in.
So
the only thing I have is just that book, The Secret. It's just, you know, just things in your daily life. It's based on a true story. I'm going to be doing that every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Outside of the app, just a mommy on the outside of the app. That's it. But not all 24/7. She go to school and then come home and she with me all day. That's pretty much it.
Mistress?
Well, I'm Mr. Strawberry, Rosita, that's how everyone call me. I'm here every Saturday as the lovely co-host. 10 p.m. Eastern Time every Wednesday, again, here in Jen's stream for her. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we're also Vicky Secrets, our other co-host. I've been streaming in the morning, usually versing Vicky, but since, you know, she had the little baby, I've been taking a break, so it's like, catch me if you can. And I might, like I said earlier, I might bring some show back, I might bring something new, we'll see.
I'm excited. Listen, she had a show on the other side. It was a phenomenal show. So that's why we brought her here, because she has a lot of insight that I love to have. So we appreciate having you come on as the co-host. Got to give you your flowers, but I definitely appreciate both of you too. Teffy, he's a phenomenal artist, and Green Eyes, she's new to the Red Room, but we definitely appreciate you coming. She's a beautiful person, so make sure y'all hit all these beautiful people with a fave. But I am Jen and Juice. I am the host of this show right here, right now. You guys can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't find me here, I don't have nothing for Wednesday. I really wish I had. I'm like, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. for her. For her. Every Wednesday with Mistress and Vicky. And then I do have a new show coming. Y'all make sure you tap in December 6th. Brought to you by, actually, Respectfully. The Respectfully family, they actually brought me on as the host of the show. Jen got to hook up. It is a dating show where I'm going to help y'all find love on this app. I'm a little scared for y'all, but yeah. But catch me late nights into very early mornings. But yeah. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to play a little Diddy No Diddy.